Good morning. I am 4 minutes earlier today. So if you're watching a recording, you're welcome to fast forward 4 minutes or stay with us through our hellos. Good morning, Sabrina. Good morning, Judy. Buenos dias. Oh, for some reason tagging is not. Now I make it. I couldn't tag for some reason, but now it's letting me. So give me a couple of moments to do that and we will start. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Yanni. Oh, how nice you are at Ventanas and there's connection. That's great. Good morning, Gina. All right, guys, it is time for us to start. and today we will explore another quite uncomfortable emotional experience that turns out to be a blessing in disguise if we look deeper into it. Talking about confusion. In his book Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, Adam Grant writes, I need time for my confusion. Confusion can be a cue that there is new territory to be explored, a fresh puzzle to be solved. Brené Brown writes, if I ever start a punk band, which is not out of the question, I've already nailed the name, the zone of optimal confusion. And it's perfect on so many levels. The concept of optimal confusion is key to understanding why confusion is good for us and why it's categorized as an epistemic emotion, an emotion critical to knowledge acquisition and learning. It turns out that confusion, like many uncomfortable things in life, is actually vital for learning. According to research, confusion has the potential to motivate, lead to deeper learning, and trigger problem solving. One study found that when we're trying to work through our confusion, we need to stop and think, engage in careful deliberation, develop a solution, and revise how we approach the next problem. On the other hand, too much confusion, of course, can lead to frustration, giving up, disengagement, or even boredom, like this kind of avoidance. And this is why mindfulness is such an important practice in dealing with confusion, just like it helps us through all our uncomfortable feelings. In general, to thrive in life, we need to develop a healthy attitude toward discomfort. We need to learn how to be okay with our discomfort instead of trying to run away from it or get frustrated by it. So let's explore that, the embodiment of the confusion, and how we can deal with it. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to notice all the circumstances of your practice today. Allow your breath to be soft, easy. Don't try to control it. Instead, simply notice how your breath flows in and out of your body, how your body responds to each inhale and each exhale. And now bring to mind something you were or are confused about. Maybe you're confused about some decision making in your life, like changing careers or leaving a relationship. Of course, all of us are affected to a certain degree by the worldwide confusion of the pandemic or the most recent political situation between Russia and the Ukraine. Well, whatever it is for you, reflect on the source of your confusion now. And as you do, start noticing what happens in your body. See if you can stay with your direct experiences, however uncomfortable they are, even if it's just for a few moments at a time. Remember, approach it as if you're a scientist collecting the data that flows through your body and mind. So how does confusion make you feel physically? What are the actual physical sensations of confusion? What happens to your breath? What happens to your heart rate? Is there a specific area in your body that confusion lives in? If you could express your confusion through a pose or a movement, what would it be? And remember, don't just think about it, actually do it. What are you thinking right now? Are you trying to avoid your confusion? Or are you trying to problem solve, perhaps even desperately, running through all the scenarios? Notice all the questions that are now present in your mind about the source of your confusion, about the solution to it. And as you do, keep noticing your physical sensations. How are the two connected? Your thoughts and your body. Now remember the quote I gave you from Adam Grant at the beginning of our practice. I need time for my confusion. Confusion can be a cue that there is new territory to be explored, a fresh puzzle to be solved. Take a nice deep breath and see if you can take this pause. Give your confusion some time and simply stay with the discomfort of confusion without trying to resolve anything. Remind yourself that confusion is often a good thing if we don't allow it to become too big and over-consuming. Remind yourself that confusion leads to deep learning, to exploring uncharted territories. And perhaps instead of trying to answer all those buzzing questions, what if you could simply let them go unanswered for now? What if you could simply simmer in the questions themselves, trusting that the answer will come to you in due time? I read somewhere that deep questions are not really statements with a question mark at the end. This kind of questions are not meant to be answered right away. They are meant to create awareness. And out of this awareness, you will receive the needed information, either from within or without. And this information will make things less confusing, and you will be able to make whatever decision needs to be made. So experiment with this right now. Stay with your most burning questions without trying to answer them. Stay in the discomfort of the question itself. How are you feeling now? Has this reminder to stay with the question instead of desperately trying to find all the answers helped you alleviate your discomfort a little bit? What happened to your thought process? Has it relaxed a bit or not really? Remember, there is no answer here. You're just exploring, practicing. Now bring your hands to your heart and repeat after me. I am here. I am breathing. My mind is working. My heart is beating. So even with this confusion present, in this very moment, I'm okay. All is well in my world. How are you feeling now? Has this grounding mantra helped a bit or not really? As you go through your day today, I invite you to notice when you feel confused. Reflect a bit on the source of your confusion. Notice how it feels on your body. And acknowledge if your default reaction to confusion is frustration or avoidance or desperate problem solving. And see if you can interrupt this pattern, whatever it is, by giving your confusion time, by simply staying with the discomfort of all your questions, trusting that the answers will come in due time. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.